Hello there. Well, today I'm going to spend some time talking to you about the Ultimate Combine. Now, you may not be aware of what it is, but after this short video, you certainly will be. Hopefully, you'll be encouraged because we are so excited about it. So, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to tell you what it is, why it was created, who it's for. I'm looking at my notes to make sure I don't miss anything. And most importantly, why you should attend and how you attend the Ultimate Combine. All right, so let's get started. First thing, what is it? Well, first of all, it's 14 very, very specific athletic testing evaluations. So we have stations set up, 14, and you're going to go around and get tested in all these categories. Okay, now today, for sake of time, I don't have time to go into all the details about each event, but let me just say this. We are working with professional athletic trainers who have identified the 14 most important things that you need to know, college coaches need to know, pro scouts need to know to make an honest, accurate evaluation. Okay, why was it created? Really simple. There is no event like this anywhere in the country. Now, please do not confuse what I'm talking about with a showcase or a college coach camp or anything like that. There is a place for those, but in our opinion, they pale in comparison to what we're doing to help you get a proper evaluation. So it was created because it needed to be created. You know, when I was a little boy, my mom said, necessity is the mother of invention. That means when something is needed, you invent it, you create it. And that's what we did with the Ultimate Combine. Who's it for? Well, it's for specifically baseball players, and it's for players that are age 12U to 17U, preferably, no offense to you older guys, the 16, 17-year-old guys, we want you to come out because it's not too late, but knowing the information that we're going to give you early in your career is paramount, and I'm going to talk about that in just a moment. So 12U to 17U players. Sorry for the noise in the background. You may hear my chickens. They are right at my feet, and they're getting their morning scratch. Okay, why should you attend? I have 5 reasons here why you should attend. So let's go right through these here. The first one is you need a baseline. As an athlete, you need to know where you are. My parents gave me a lot of sayings early in life, and here's one my dad gave me. If you don't know where you're going, any road will do. What does that mean? That means when you don't know what your baseline is, you can do a lot of different things. But when you do know where you're going and where you are right now, it makes the journey a lot easier. So we want to help young athletes understand where they are early in their career. And I'm speaking athletically, not physically. Hopefully you know where you are. Athletically, where are you? Okay, that's number one. Number two, you need to know how you stack up against your competition. You do understand that if you want to play Division I baseball and professional baseball, even high school baseball, you are competing for a spot. You are compared to other people. Now, it's good to know individually where you are, but it's really good to know where do you stack up against your competition. We're going to help you do that, and we're going to do that in age group, not grad year, but age group, okay? You need to know, you need to have a plan. And we call that plan an IDP, an individual development plan. Why is that so important? Well, first of all, you have to know where you are athletically. And then to be able to change that, you have to have a plan. Now, I can give you a lot of stories over the years. I've been doing this for 17 years. I've had a lot of kids come into our programs, and we evaluated them early. We found out their strengths, but more importantly, we found out their weaknesses, and we put a plan together to help eliminate those weaknesses. If you don't do that, you are what the scouts say, you are what you are. Okay, genetically, this is what you are. But if you choose to have an IDP, an individual development plan, here's what you are. You are what you choose to be. You see the difference? You are what you are. when you just leave it to chance, leave it to genetics. You are what you choose to be. That means maximizing the becoming the best version of you can possibly be. You have a chance to overachieve when you have an individual development plan. That's a big part of this. You also, by going to the Ultimate Combine, have a chance to compete nationally. Now, I'm not a big fan of rankings when it's somebody's opinion. You know, as an athlete, when I was a kid, I just said, "Give me a chance. Don't tell me your opinion on people. Give me a chance. I think I'm faster than that guy. I'll race him, and then we'll know who's faster." So in our program, the Ultimate Combine, you're going to get a chance to compete nationally. The top 10% of the performers at each of our Ultimate Combines move on to a national competition. I know a lot of you probably watch The Voice and America's Got Talent. Okay, you get to move on if you're a top performer. Kind of cool, and we want to teach young athletes how to compete. Okay, you can even go to a combine, one of our combines. Maybe you get some numbers you don't like. Go home, get your IDP from us, improve those numbers, and come back and actually make a statement. Those are the best stories. The guys that got the information and chose to do something with it. And finally, exposure. Everybody wants exposure, but we want to give you exposure when the exposure is positive for you. You do understand if you go to a showcase and your arm strength isn't there and your foot speed isn't there and your physique is not what it should be. Do you understand that exposure actually eliminates you? It gets you scratched off people's lists. You don't want that. What you want is exposure when you're ready. So our program is designed to help you get ready for exposure, and we're a part of that because we have the attention of almost every college coach and pro scout in the country. Why? Because they're all looking for athletes, and they know that we are evaluating athleticism. Okay, very few people are doing that. When I talk to college coaches, one of the first things they ask me, what kind of athlete is he? Does he play other sports? You know, if you're a great football player or a great wrestler or a tremendous tennis player, whatever, in addition to being a good baseball player, that's a positive for you because you're an athlete. You can do a lot of things athletically, okay? So we will expose you to these college coaches once we get your athleticism where it needs to be. Okay, so how do you get invited? Well, let me step back. Why is this an invite only? The reality of it is, if we went across the country, we would get thousands and thousands and thousands of kids coming to this that we don't know whether they're serious or not about their career. We're really only looking for the kids that want to know where they are and want to do something about it. They want to get information, accurate, honest information, and then they want to do something about it. So that's why we have an invite-only approach to this. So what you do is you apply to go to the combine, to our combine. You apply. We're only going to have 100 to 150 kids in huge metropolitan areas. So it's going to be very limited in that respect for who gets to do this. But we feel confident by doing it that way, we're going to get the right kids, the kids that actually have the desire, the backing of their parents to get information that sometimes isn't what you want to hear, okay? And that's not a bad thing, but for some people, they don't want to hear the truth. So you want to hear the truth, and then you want to do something about it. That's who that's for. So my recommendation, if this makes sense to you, apply. We hope we can push you through to the combine, and we're going to give you some great information. All right? Thanks for listening. Bye-bye.